Hello friends, it's Sherry from Turquoise Dreaming. How you doing today? Welcome to Tassel Tuesday. So this was a collab started by Jovi at Creating with Jovi, and then a few of us crafters joined in, and so she usually links everyone below her video, and I try to also, so you can check out the other participants at all their different channel links down below the videos and just click and see what they've done this week or in past weeks if you're wanting to make some tassels and get some ideas. So I already have my tassel made this week, so, and I made this in the same way as I've made the past, several tassels. So I'm going to link a couple of my videos below where I show you from the start how I make the tassels. But just to show you what I did this week for Tassel Tuesday, this one took me quite a while, and I had to do some just figure out some things. I did some things different, and I'll show you what they are. But yeah, I just had to figure some things out. So it took me way longer than my allotted time that my camera or my phone will let me record. So I just did it off camera, and then I'm going to show you the results here. And so let me just get this straight. So this week I'm calling this a Victorian tassel, and this week's tassel was inspired by this little lady right here. She's like a little Victorian lady that I found amongst the Christmas ornaments at a thrift store. She had a little hanger on her. She, I guess it could be a Christmas ornament for maybe a Victorian Christmas tree type of thing, maybe a pink Christmas tree, or, I guess she could be on a green Christmas tree too. But this is her right here. Let me pull her out in case I showed her last Saturday. That's when I picked her up at a thrift store. I found her, and then I showed it in a video last Saturday where I was showing the things that I had picked up on Saturday. So here she is. She's got this lace, she's got some pearls, she's got some little like silk flowers over here, and I didn't change her in any way except for I shortened her hanger because it was a little bit too long and I needed her to hang where I put her. She's got her original, everything on her is original, a little bow, a little feather. So, and she just kind of nestles amongst the fibers and laces here. So I'm going to show you what I put on here. I did a little lace hanger because I felt like I didn't want the metal there, that just cold silver metal. I didn't feel like it belonged, the metal notebook ring. I didn't feel like it belonged on this tassel. This is going to be in my shop by the time this video is shown. But and if anyone ever purchases a tassel from my Etsy shop, and you want a notebook ring, like I don't have one on here, but if you want one, let me know when you order, and just put a little, and there's a place where you can put a note when you order something. Just say please include a notebook ring. And it's just a little, I think mine are 3/4 inches that I usually use with these, so they're just small. They're like that big, small. They're smaller than an inch even. But anyway, what I did, I pulled out all of my like pinks and neutrals and just pulled out everything I had and went through everything to see what I thought would go with this Victorian lady. And I wanted to do her justice, and make her, a beautiful surrounded fibers and laces here. So I've got a lot of laces. Here's a very light pink one here. And this is the thickest one I think I use. This was a roughly lace, and it was so light that I thought I just wanted that texture and that pretty lace. These all have been purchased at thrift stores. I haven't bought any of these. None of these are new. So here's one here. It's a combination of pink and white together on one lace. Let's see, there was this one I cut. This was a ribbon that was just so beautiful, I thought, and it went with her colors so well that I had to use it. So here's a piece of it, and here's the outside pieces look like this, kind of a little frayed edge. Like I didn't fray that, that's how it was. Like a fringy kind of frayed edge. Okay, so what else did I use? I used so many things in here, it's going to be a little bit hard to show you everything. This is a piece of trim that I cut off of something. I will, if I see something, oh, this was on on a vintage apron that I took apart and used the different fabrics and things on it. So this was a trim on there that I cut off and kept. This is some very old tatting right here. It was the right color, and I have several pieces of that. Let's see, I have some pearls in here. They're like, I guess these are kind of like, what do they call them? Freshwater pearls. I had a string of these, just, you know, you can buy them for crafting. I got these at a thrift store, but I had a long string of these, and I left them on the string that they came on, and just folded it in half. So like on this half over here, you'll see the loop. I'll try to find it in a second. And this half is the two ends. And I put some little, this is one thing I had to figure out how I was going to keep them on this string, you know what I mean? So I used a, you know, a needle with a loop on the end, a head pin that you use in jewelry making or when you make bean dangles. I put one through the end of each end, tied a little bow with embroidery pink embroidery floss, but I also looped it out here. There's a little loop coming out right there to keep it in. That's otherwise it would just pull out, right? It's a straight pin with a loop on the end. That's a head pin, or I think that's called a head pin, but anyway, it has a loop. It comes with a loop on one end and straight on the other end. And these little pearls just fit right on there, but I did have to figure out a way to keep it on, and that's what I did. So like that's, you know, amongst the little fibers and laces. And if I can find the loop on this end, on this side, I will show it to you. It's kind of, you know, everything kind of just blends in together here. But let me see if I can find it for you. Here it is. See, this end just loops around. I didn't want to cut it in half because then I'd have to figure out how to, you know, I'd have two more ends to deal with to try to keep this all together, that pearl string of pearls. So let's see, what else did I do? I tied it around here with this pretty lace. I used this twice. This is a delicate lace. I used it to tie off the top here and used it for the hanger. And then I didn't want her to be right at the top. It would be too bulky if she was right here. So that's why I kind of let her nestle amongst, let me show you how she looks, nestled amongst all the fibers there. If she's laying down, she looks like that, but if she hangs, you know, you can kind of see, I think, how she's hanging, hopefully. It's kind of hard to show something hanging when the camera's looking down like that, but she kind of just nestles amongst the fibers. And then I put a little silk bow right here. I had these, I wanted to use them in some way. So I glued one on with Fabri-Tac right there. And I glued one on right here with Fabri-Tac. And I actually added a little bead dangle right here too. And this little bow is covering up the jump ring that I attached it with. So I think I kind of showed you everything. Oh, there is some, this is a pretty little piece I put in here too. You see this right here? This is really pretty, and it went, so it's kind of got a pearl color to it. So that is another fiber or ribbon that I used in here. You can see how it, you know, it's all in there. It's just, I think I showed you though all the pieces. So I hope you like this tassel I made this week, and I really enjoyed, you know, doing something a little different. And you know, the inspiration came from this lady right here. So that was fun. I hadn't made yes, I haven't really made a Victorian tassel before. So that was fun, just figuring that out and, you know, playing with all my little fibers and things here. So lots of laces and little ribbons in her, but mostly laces and things like that. So thank you for watching today, and I'll see y'all next time. Happy crafting.